1 of 15 for the math majors at 7% from behind the 3-point arc. Southeastern comes into this game with a 15-game winning streak as they defeated the Warner Royals on Thursday night. In that game, Southeastern forced 32 turnovers and had 21 steals. Shot 52% from the field, 42% from the three-point line, and went 21 of 29 from the free throw line. So Gabrielle Ozud finished the game with 19 points, 9 rebounds. Becky Kladenovic, and I'm still practicing on that name, so I hope I have it right before we actually begin the broadcast. Led the team in scoring with the game high 22 points. She also forced 4 steals and had 4 assists.
Well, Drew, you mentioned that Southeastern is on a 15-game winning streak this season, but it's been 18 games. That's how long the winning streak is against Florida Memorial. So the Lady Lions have a tall task. When we come back after the playing of the national anthem, we'll set the starting lineups and get ready for tip. Florida Memorial basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Cover's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KEAVERSVOICE.com. Cover's Voice, Cover's Voice, CoversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
And now we will get ready to set the starting lineups for this contest. For the Southeastern Fire, with a record of 16-2 overall, 14-0 in first place in the conference. Point guard, Becky Kalaidiev. Shooting guard, Kalaidiev, actually a 5'9 junior from Vienna, Austria. Haley Howarth, a 5'7 sophomore shooting guard from Jupiter, Florida. Maddie Hecox, a 5'9 senior shooting guard from Rockford, Illinois. Gabrielle Ozud, a 6'2 grad student, power forward from Bellbrook, Ohio. And Carmen Handy, a 6'3 senior small forward from Sarnia, Ontario. And now for the Lady Lions, we've got number 0, Heather Durand, a 5'8 junior forward. Number 1, Chantel Barnett, a 5'7 freshman guard from Cleveland, Ohio. Number 23, Kiana Tolbert, a 5'7 junior guard from Orlando, Florida. Number 32, Angelique Tyrone, a 5'11 senior forward. And in the starting lineup in place of Jamari, might normally be the starter. Number 35,
Right. Unique's wearing her regular number 11. She had
okay.
switched to number 35 for the previous game due to a uniform issue.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. The Lady Lions coming to the ball game with a record of 7-8, 7-7 in the conference. The Lions are in 6th place, and that is that kind of puts them in a spot where they can clinch a spot in the Sun Conference tournament with a win. Unfortunately, they can finish no higher than 2nd, while Southeastern can they've already clinched a spot in the tournament, and they can actually clinch a opening round home game with a win in this ball game. So here we go, Drew. Are you ready for some action here?
Hey, it's Saturday. We are a month away from March Madness. Who's not ready for some action?
The opening tip, a bit of a tussle. Not a
oh wow! This is one of those rare rules.
Yeah, let's just restart. Let's restart that, Drew. Let's restart. Let's get a clean tip here. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
And the thing is, in high school, the 2 players on the floor have to jump, but I think in college you just go back to the original 2 jumpers.
Opening shot is missed by Southeastern. On the break is Barnett. Barnett kicks out to a 3. No good. Rebound by Duran. She's unable to come up with that rebound. Back come the Fire. On the break, 2-on-1, and this is what they do so well. No good. That rebound. That shot was missed. That shot by Hecox, 3-point attempt, no good. And that's going to be one of the big things here. This Southeastern team, Drew, when you look at them on paper, they are a big, long team. I mean, the size, the smallest player is actually 5'7", Haley Howarth, number 2. But the rest of this team sits anywhere from 5'9" up to about 6'3".
And if we're talking about on paper, Brian, Florida Memorial can score with this team. The question is, can they defend as good as this Southeastern team?
There's Tolbert with the opening 2 points of the game, and the Lions have a lead. So there's a positive start. But back come the Fire right down into the post, and I believe that was Handy with the basket. We've got a tie ball game here. And it looks like Southeastern it might look like a 1-2-2 or a 3-2 matchup zone. And that's going to be real challenging as they get some great extension in covering the wings and the perimeter because of their wingspans, Drew.
Yeah, I think Florida Memorial only has 1 player in their starting lineup who is taller than the shortest player in the Southeastern lineup.
Southeastern on the break, a 3-on-1, and there's a layup. And that's what they do so well. They are one of the top teams in the nation in terms of defense. Scoring defense, they only allow about 52 points per game. Southeastern averaging giving up 47 in the conference. And we have a
early timeout.
Big timeout on the floor. It's going to be a Florida Memorial timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. So we're going to stay right here. And, I thought I saw the 30-second timeout, Drew.
Yeah, it's a 30.
Okay.
I think I'm sorry. They took it to a media, Brian.
They did take it to a media timeout. All right. Well, I guess we will stay here given the fact that it's so early in the ball game, and maybe Drew to give us a chance to kind of discuss any game planning here. How do you deal with a team that has this kind of length that Southeastern has?
Ball movement and quickness, Brian. You've got to swing the ball. You've got to have players cut through the middle of, especially if they're going to stay in that 3-2 matchup zone. You've got to have players cut through the middle of the zone in order to get those other players to move to create those one-on-one matchups that you're going to need for your drives and kicks or to continue on to the basket.
Yeah, Florida Memorial, I feel, is really going to have to do a great job of valuing every possession and not turning the ball over. And maybe that could have been what that timeout was by Coach Gregory Standback for Florida Memorial in his 6th season with the Lady Lions. And on the other side, you've got Coach Tim Hayes. He is in his 5th season with Southeastern. Ball is inbounded in the hands of Barnett. Looks like Southeastern switched up to a man-to-man. It's stolen. Fire on the break. to the basket, off the backboard, no good. Rebound, put back, and that is good. I believe that was put back by Gabrielle Ozud, and it's a 6-0 lead, 6-2 lead.
And Florida Memorial is going to, all five for Florida Memorial are going to have to go to the defensive boards to rebound, because this Florida Memorial team is excellent with their second chance opportunities. And there is a trap right there causing the steal against Kiana Tolbert.
Back comes the Fire, looking to get down into the post, and there's going to be a foul call. And I, if that is, let's see who that foul is on.
That's on Tyrone, looks like.
Yeah, she's going to have to make sure she does not give up positioning down there on the block. We've got a substitution. It looks like it's Cheyenne Whitfield coming in for Chantel Barnett. Coach Stanback choosing to go a little bit bigger. Three-point attempt at the top of the key. No good. Rebound by Tolbert.
That's good. That rebound was by Tyrone.
Okay, good correction there. There's a three-point attempt by Tolbert. Count it.
Now, if they're going to hit that, then, maybe they could potentially shoot Southeastern out of the defense that they're playing right now.
6-5, Fire lead. Ozud with the miss. Rebound by Durand. Back come the Lions. Durand on the left side. Kicks it out to Destiny Marin, who came in that last timeout. There's Durand driving through the lane. No good. Rebound by Ozud. Here comes the Fire, and they like to run. Mid-range jump shot at the free throw line, no good. Rebound by Handy. She goes back baseline, unable to make that. And that's another thing. Florida Memorial's going to have to rebound in this ball game, Drew.
And if you notice, you still see the guards trying to leak out like normally do. But in this particular game, the guards are not going to be able to leak out. They're going to have to go. Coach Sandback saw through film.
Yeah, well, that could also be without Tillman. That's it could be a case of that. There's a turnover on the pass into the post. Here come the Fire on the left side of the floor. Skip pass into the corner, three-point attempt, and that's another bucket. And the Fire are – I'm going to try to avoid using fire and heat analogies, but it may be hard because this team can definitely put up points.
The Fire are on fire.
Yeah, that's a catchy name. 12-5 lead, approaching the halfway point. Florida Memorial passing through around the perimeter. Whitfield at the top of the key, tries to get it into the post. That is Angela. I believe she missed that shot. Rebound by the Fire. Here they come on the break. Skip pass, nearly stolen away. Driving baseline is Hecox, and off the glass and good.
Wow.
Tell me as you, and I think, Coach, there's going to be another timeout here on the floor. This one appears to be a 30. We'll see if they stay up this time. Drew, I think what you may have to see in this ball game, really going to have to stay disciplined. I think as we talked in the pre-show, one of the things I thought –
you just slid right into a great rebound position. That's just a defensive lapse right there that Florida Memorial was able to benefit from.
Unable to come up with that defensive rebound. Great hustle shown by Southeastern. They got the ball back into the lane, but it's stolen away, and she just stepped on. Tolbert got her toe right on the baseline. And so inbounding underneath, approaching 4 minutes to go. Driving into the lane, sidestep. They're going to call a foul early. That one's going to be on Giselle Garcia, wearing number 43 in this contest.
And what I'm saying, Brian, is on the defensive rotations, on the help defense, they're not. It looks like they're not fluid at knowing who's supposed to be helping off onto whom, and then the second rotation. Nobody's getting there for the second rotation.
A route on that last basket for the Fire. Turnover by Tolbert. I think we've seen a couple of traps there in the wings there. And so, again, that's what we mentioned. Southeastern, with their length, they do a great job of getting. There's a steal by the Lions. I believe that is Tolbert all the way into the lane, unable to come up with that. There's a turnover. Back come the Fire on the break. Nice transition defense by the Lady Lions that time. Ball in the hands of Tate. coming across the half-court line, up ahead in the corner to Whitfield, off the glass, no good. Unable to come up with that rebound. Back come the Fire in transition. Slowed down by Duran. Or that was Barnett, excuse me. Short corner shot, no good. Unable to come up with that defensive rebound with the Lions. And that time, Garcia comes up with the rebound. Interesting pace here by both teams. Looks like Southeastern wants to get out and run whenever they can, and they do a great job. All the way under the basket behind the zone.
Heat check right there, Brian.
They just make you pay. When you take bad shots and you can't get back on defense, they just make you pay. There's the inside to Duran. Nice back
Great
cut.
back cut. Oh, he's got to make the basket, though.
Back come the Fire on the break. Across the half-court line, still pushing in transition all the way to the bucket. Somebody's got to stop the ball. Unable to, and it is a 28-9 lead. Coming up in the final 30 seconds, Florida Memorial looking to get a bucket to slow the run down. And there's back in the zone again. One. Welcome back to Live Action here. Brian Fulford and A.D. Drew here at the FMU Wellness Center on the campus of Florida Memorial University for the start of the second quarter. The Southeastern University Fire with a 31-11 lead in the first quarter. And driving to the bucket, and there's a miss. Tolbert's been getting that all year, but that time Handy wasn't moving. And look at the transition bucket there by the Fire.
Well, Handy was vertical on that particular play, so the defender's entitled to that space. So,
and she didn't move either. Tolbert ran into her, and she didn't move an inch.
Yeah.
Ball on the baseline, and you can't get stuck down there. That's a bad spot. Turnover. First half, nice little hesitation move into the lane, little hop there. Yeah, that's definitely should be a travel. She came through there and did a little hop, didn't get both feet down. Into the ball game for Florida Memorial, Cheyenne Whitfield. That turnover on Jade Odom.
Probably going to see a lot more of Whitfield and Garcia in this particular game, Brian, given the...
I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt.
This is Brian Fulford. A.D. Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Sugar Chateau.
Back to Live Action coming out of the media timeout. Southeastern with a 35-16 lead over Florida Memorial. 6:02 remaining in the half and quarter. Lions playing man-to-man. Main on that end of the floor, Florida Memorial ball. The one positive coming out of this quarter is it seems like the defense has got a little better for Florida Memorial. They have slowed down Southeastern a little bit. At least they've slowed down their offensive production. They had 31 at the end of one. There's Tolbert into the lane through traffic, and they're going to call jump ball.
Good defensive play. Great defensive play. And probably a great call by the referee also not going with the foul right there as Chantel Barnett diced through the lane on the inbounds pass.
Back across the half-court line is Southeastern. Cuts the deficit to 15 on that basket by Barnett. Nice ball movement. Baseline, actually check that. I believe that ball is going to go out of bounds. That was Haley Howarth. Substitutions coming in the ball game. 3:14 to play in the half. Southeastern with a 39-22 lead.
And give Florida Memorial credit for clawing back into this game down by,
20 at the end of the first
20,
quarter.
yes. Couldn't remember whether it was 20 or what, but yes, it was a full 20.
Well, they've slowed them down a little bit. I mean, right now they've outscored Southeastern 11-8 in this quarter. Baseline, that shot is blocked. Might be Ozud, I believe, down on the block. Back come to Fire, trying to get the ball inside. Skip pass out to the wing. Three-point attempt, no good, back of the rim. Strong rebound, and they've got Florida Memorial's got to box out better than that. 41, check that, 39-22.
And they zagged on that play, Brian.
42-25, more substitutions coming into the ball game. Back come to Fire as Whitfield came in for the Lions for Unique Tate. Left wing, nice pump fake, drops it inside to Handy. There's a three-point attempt for the Fire, is good. And I believe that was Gabriel Ozud knocking down the three. When you're 6'2", power forwards knocking down threes, that's a scary thought. Nearly stolen away on that pass.
I would say that's the definition of a stretch forward, Brian.
And Tolbert had that pass stolen away, or more importantly, Southeastern stepped in front of that pass and stole it away. Three-point attempt in the corner. That one is good. That's going to be Haley Howarth.
That becomes their largest lead of the day, Brian.
One of the conference's top three-point shooter is Howarth. Her third foul, and it looks like checking in is Giselle Garcia to finish out this half. For Southeastern, Becky Kulaidiev checked into the ball game, and Shea Rout went out. Both free throws, no good, and there's going to be a quick foul.
Not shooting on this one there, Brian.
And maybe that was a foul to kind of just slow it up a little bit. There's Barnett. Under 7 seconds to go. You got to make a quick decision. Tolbert, 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
Now, you can't live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meat.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources, and
human voice has always connected audiences with experience.
I'm returning to Clinton Paris, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
Southeastern with 8. Drew, how about the individual performances from the first half?
Yana Tolbert leads the way for our FMU Lions with 9 points on 3 of 9 shooting, 1 of 3 from behind the three-point line, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. She also leads the team in assists and steals, but Brian, she also leads them in one other category. We'll take a wild guess of which one that is, Brian.
I'd probably say, unfortunately, maybe turnovers.
You're exactly right, with 7 of the 15 turnovers for Florida Memorial. Heather Duran, 2 of 6 from the field for 6 points, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And Chantel Barnett comes in with 5 points on 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. Your leading rebounder for Florida Memorial is Janelle Tyrone with 4 rebounds.
It was a more even quarter in the second, but of course you're trailing by 20, and so only at 19-16 is not bad, but you're in a hole. So Tolbert to Duran 3-point attempt, no good. So already 2 3-point attempts, and all the way back. And let's see, we've got a foul. I believe that foul is called on Barnett as she tried to check that. That was on Duran. As the 3-point attempt was by Duran, and she tried to chase down the rebound and ended up fouling Haley Howarth.
Yeah.
So here's the Fire running a little 1-4 motion there. Nearly stolen away by Barnett. And I think this half will come down to, or this quarter, if Florida Memorial is going to get back in this game, Drew, it'll be interesting to see what the turnover and interesting to see possessions are like on offense. They've got to limit them. Teed up ahead to Tolbert. Tolbert going to the lane. Gets her opponent off the ground with the pump fake, and she'll go to the line, get a chance to shoot 2 free ones.
Hey, and this is one other way that Florida Memorial could get back to the game, Brian, if they could get points from the free throw line, because you're scoring with the clock stopped.
Gabrielle Ozud picks up her second for Southeastern. Tolbert knocks down the first. And the second one rolls, looked like it was going in, but it rolled out. 55-28. Top of the key for Handy. No good. Back of the rim. Ozud with a rebound. I mean, she just jumped right over Tyrone.
She was just taller than Tyrone on that one. That's all that was.
It'll stay on that end of the floor. Southeastern ball. 6:42 in the third quarter remaining. Ball in the corner. Back up top of the key. Stolen away. And then it's
got a foul call.
I was going to say almost stolen right back by Becky Kalaidiev, but she ends up getting called for the foul.
Yeah. Brian, we've got one other game that's going on right now in HBCU women's basketball. West Virginia State trails Wheeling 55-48 at the half.
They know they put up points over there in West Virginia in that conference, no doubt.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you're already over 100 and you're at the half. Oh, definitely cannot, She just got out hustle for the ball right there.
She did. Shea Rout came up with that ball for.
Looks like we got a timeout there, Brian.
We do. With 4:43 to play, Southeastern has grown the lead to 30, 59-29 over Florida Memorial. We'll take a break and come back after these words. You're watching Florida Memorial Basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Is for seafood. The tarragon and fennel bring out the natural sweetness in seafood. I also use it in rice dishes, on yams, asparagus, blueberry pancakes, and believe it or not, chocolate chip cookies. Vanilla smoked sea salt adds a salty and savory component to sweet dishes that create a symphony for the tongue.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation.
Referees having a little extra extended discussion here. While that's happening,
I was getting ready to give you another score update since we did have a moment in action there, Brian. And men's basketball in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, just over 16 minutes remaining in the second half. North Carolina A&T 41, Florida A&M University 28.
Let's set the lineups for both teams while we have a moment. For Southeastern, it's Howarth, Kalaidiev, Ozud, Rout, and Cook. For foul called on Becky Kalaidiev, her second. Chantel Barnett at the free throw line. The freshman from Cleveland knocks down the first. Whenever I hear Cleveland, Drew, I always hear LeBron James screaming, "Cleveland, this is for you."
And see, this tells you how Southern I have become. I think of Mississippi when I hear Cleveland.
I have no response for that.
Home of Delta State University. That's because I've got family from down that direction.
Nice pump fake, and unfortunately it was a miss, though. Back come the Lions. Ball in the hands of Duran. She brings up.
Versus Southeastern, when they turn the ball over, the dead ball turnovers, which means they have an opportunity to go back and set up their defense.
Baseline. Off the glass, that's a nice bucket there by Tolbert. How about the pass from Duran going skip pass to the corner, and then Tolbert with the baseline drive. Tolbert's 12th point of the ball game. 61-33 is our score. Down on the low block, turnaround jump shot, back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Duran. Over to Barnett. Pushing. Thought about pulling up, gives it over to Tolbert. She pumps and drives to the bucket. Went for a jump stop, but was unable to finish that basket. Three-pointer in the corner is good. Another three-pointer there by Southeastern. Pushes the lead up to 31. That was by Maddie Hecox. Skip pass, back Whitfield, unable to make that. I think she got a little nervous as the Southeastern defender was closed. Wing corner, it's good. Unique Tate with that basket. Back comes the Fire. Drive, kick, left wing three. No good. Comes up with the rebound is Barnett. She's on the push. Looking, she's got Tate in the right wing. She got another three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Ozud. Right back comes Southeastern. No slowdown, and she's going to get the and one against Heather Duran, who was unable to keep that ball from getting up to the rim. Absolutely deflating transition moment for the Lady Lions. 54.4 seconds remaining.
I mean, Southeastern is doing to Florida Memorial what Florida Memorial did to Ave Maria last week, Brian.
Great point. And there's just about literally a half a second between the shot and play, and off the glass, the quick catch, turn, and shoot off the glass. My goodness, Southeastern, that was Gabrielle Ozud. That's her 23rd point of the ball game, having a day. Driving baseline, block called, and that's going to send, I believe, with 4 seconds left, that might send Tolbert to the free throw line.
Yes, that is. They're in the bonus.
Tolbert with an opportunity to add to her scoring production in this ball game. First free throw is good. 4 seconds remaining following the free throw attempt. She knocks down both of them. Quickly up ahead. Unbelievable. Now, that was a transition break. And I tell you what, if Southeastern would have scored on that one. Southeastern University Fire, first place team in the Sun Conference with a 73-39 lead over Florida Memorial. Southeastern averages 78 points a game, very close to hitting their average thus far. And defensively, more importantly, Southeastern holds opponents to about 52 points a game, and we can see that on display in this ball game as there's a foul that's going to be called. I believe that's going to be called on Carmen Handy as she gets hit with the block on the baseline drive by Kiana Tolbert. Inbound underneath, Durand with the ball, right? And they just follow each other to the basket. Really impressed with the number of ladies who continue to run. There's always at least 3 people running to the basket.
I would love to be at one of their practices, Brian, and just see how they practice, because you have to practice at this pace in order to play at this pace.
Indeed. Well, this team as a whole has good size.
And usually a team with this type of length is not this fast on the court, but they're tremendous.
Credit to Coach Hayes and what they have built. 3-point attempt in the corner is good. Kiana Tolbert. And I believe that's going to send us into a quick timeout by Coach Standback. Yes, it will. So we'll take a break and come back right after this timeout. You're watching Florida Memorial Basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports at the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the
Right, and it took the 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Tolbert tried to jump the route. She did. She forced that turnover. You know, two stats as I was looking that are sort of glaring about this contest so far. The number of assists. Right now, Southeastern with 22 assists compared to 12. Fast break points, 13-2 in favor of Southeastern. And then points off turnovers. Also, check that, 22-10 points off turnovers. 3-point attempt, left wing, back of the rim, no good. Rebound by the Fire. And they have not stopped pushing the ball yet, Drew. They are constantly pushing. There's a wide open three. Good.
Athletes and students who have to be there due to their majors, who have to take certain lab classes and things like that in order to graduate. Other than that, everybody's online right now. And you can't Zoom that type of length.
Yeah. That was a miss there on a three-point attempt by Tolbert, baseline jump shot. And right now, there's a kick out. Tolbert on the break, racing up ahead to the bucket, gets the layup. Are they going to call a foul on that?
Yes, they did.
Wow.
Hey, you need all you could get right now. And that was probably one of those, didn't quite let it land cleanly. Let's go ahead. We don't want anybody to get hurt in this game. Go ahead and blow the whistle to let them know, hey, you're blowing them out, but you're not going to beat them up physically.
Well,
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process.
For Southeastern. On the low block is handy.
Did you say almost a 2-to-1 advantage, Brian?
Well, I was just going. When I say almost, it's because I didn't have the exact stat in front of me.
Well, that was a good guess, Brian. It's 18-9 offensive rebounds advantage Southeastern.
Just a feeling. Foul on Jade Odom. That's going to be her fourth. Substitutions coming in for Southeastern as they continue to rotate players in and out. You know, this Southeastern team does not have
in the first half. Coppin and Morgan men are tied at 24.
Not quite sure what Whitfield was doing there. I think she wanted to pass the ball up ahead to Tolbert, but it looked like for a second she was about to put an and one move on, and then she realized, I just messed up, and she decided not to go forward.
Yes.
Nice back cut. Odom, back of the rim, no good. Handy comes up with the rebound. Fire, driving into the lane, dish into the low block. No foul called, loose ball.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
They move the ball so fast. I mean, when you watch the ball movement is just sharp. I mean, it really is challenging for any defense. I mean, you really have to be in the right spot on practically every pass. 3-point attempt by Tolbert was no good.
North Carolina A&T 59, Florida A&M 44.
Free throws by Tolbert. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, and in women's college basketball, Missouri Western 72, Lincoln of Missouri 56.
Another rebound. What do you know? Florida Memorial with opportunity possibly to cut it to 20. Garcia, free throw line, jump shot, no good, but coming up with that rebound was Whitfield. And they're going to say she was fouled.
There's a number I said to get you respectable there, Brian.
Well, we definitely have seen a better production. I don't want to say effort because I think the effort has been there all game, but the production has been better in the second and now fourth quarters compared to the first and third.
Yeah.
IQUE.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Melvin Online Women's Boutique.
A minute 12 left coming out of the timeout. SEU with an 84-62 lead over Florida Memorial. Drew, we've got a few more scores before we get ready to close this ball game out.
Women's college basketball, NAIA level. Harris State University, 59. Health Sciences and Pharmacy of Missouri, 62. Langston at the half. Trails, Wayland Baptist, 45-36. And Jarvis College, I just lost my spot, tied at 25 with Texas A&M Texarkana with 1 minute to go in the half.
84-63 is our score. Coming up on a minute left. Ooh, let's make sure she's all right there. That was a nasty fall right on her. Angeli Tyrone checked in for Barnett for Florida Memorial. Free throw attempt, back of the rim, no good, but Southeastern comes up with that rebound, and Tolbert was able to knock it out of bounds from behind.
And Brian, this is probably, believe it or not, the biggest team that Florida Memorial could put on the court as far as size and length goes.
Traveling called against the Fire. Kyron Backlund committed that turnover. 56.9.
Brian, I guarantee you this is a combination that has probably never played together in a game before. I'm happy that with Southeastern having 50 points at halftime, we did not give up the full 100 to them.
Loose ball, Florida Memorial on the break, off the backboard, it's good. 86-67, under 20. Stolen away again by Tolbert. 10 seconds to go. Reverse, oh, she lost it on the behind-the-back move. Or was there a foul called? Let's see. Might have been a foul called.
Backcourt violation.
I was going to say, I think that was a backcourt violation, is when she caught the ball, her momentum took her backwards.
Duran into Tolbert, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. We're going to dribble out, no shot attempt. Or I could be wrong. Tolbert does shoot it. And no only hurts your field goal average, so she might not want to have shot that one. But anyway, that's going to bring this game to a close. Final score, Southeastern 86, Florida Memorial 67. Southeastern improves to 17-2, 15-0 in the conference, and they just wrap up, or actually ensure themselves a home opening round game as the top 4 seeds in the Sun Conference get an opportunity to host. And for Florida Memorial, they dropped to 7-9 overall, 7-8. I believe at one point at the end of the third, it was 13-2. So good effort by Florida Memorial in the fourth quarter, closing that with 13 points on the fast breaks. But points in the paint, 6-point advantage for Southeastern. Points off turnovers. A lot of the stats sort of balanced out a little bit because of what Florida Memorial did in that fourth quarter, where they outscored Southeastern 28-13. But again, a lot of the damage had already been done. Individually, Drew, what does it look like on the individual level?
On the individual level, Brian. Oh, I just lost my place on the, wait a minute. All right, there we go. My iPad kind of went stupid on me for a second there, Brian. Kiana Tolbert led all scorers today with 35 points on it. And you talk about that free throw shooting of hers, Brian, 9 of 12. That's 75, 23 points in her 36 minutes of action, 10 of 22 from the field. Double there for Miss Ozu with 23 points and 15 rebounds, and also led the team in steals with 3 steals. Also scoring in double digits for Southeastern was Haley Howarth with 13 points on 3. She was 3 of 7 from behind the arc, and she also led the team with 6 assists. Maddie Heacock also scored 13 points. She was 5 of 12 from the field. She poured in 5 rebounds also for the Southeastern Fire. Your leading person, well, we had 3 players with 3 steals each, Brian, for Southeastern. Becky Kalidiev had 3 steals. Ozu had 3 steals, and also with 3 steals on the day was Shay Rout.
So that brings us to a final score of 86-67. Our player of the game, no doubt, hands down, Kiana Tolbert with 35. That might be a season high.
I believe that tied her season high. I don't have it in front of me, but I believe 35 is tied for her season high.
All right. Well, that's going to get ready to do it for this broadcast. I was trying to take a quick peek and see if I had handy when Florida Memorial's next contest is, the Lady Lions.
If you hold on for just a moment, I will gladly tell you that, Brian. Their next contest will be this Thursday at home, the third matchup against Ave Maria, a game that we desperately need to pick up there, Brian, as we've already won the season series against Ave Maria. We need to get the clean sweep.
There you go. Well, 5 conference games remaining. It's a very unbalanced conference schedule. So the Lady Lions need one more win probably to secure their spot in conference.